to write effective email. First impression is the last impression. In your email, your first impression will be your font. So it is very important to use standard font throughout the message content. Avoid using colored fonts as it doesn't give away a very professional impression. Be very specific with the use of bold, italic or underlined font style. Don't use very small font size as it makes your email difficult to read, especially on handheld devices, and take care of spacing between lines and parameters, lists and bullets. When you're writing directions or you want to emphasize important points, you can use numbers for directions or bullets for your main points. This is one of the many ways to organize information within an email document. It's an effective way to make the information flow more logically, and it helps the reader to know the proper order of the information in the email in a very clear and concise way. Before you click send, make sure you read your email again. It is very important to do a spell check. Avoid using short form and abbreviations like B4 and LOL, and please make a note of this that your spell check doesn't work on subject line, so give extra attention to your subject lines. These are few guidelines which will help you write smart and very good subject lines. All messages should have clear and specific subject lines that describes the message content, specify if there are any action required and due days. At last, clearly mention who the message is for. Now let's look at some example of subject lines. Let's start with good example of subject lines. FYI only, meeting minutes from 3:14 discussion. This clearly talk about that this is only for the information and this is minutes of meetings which held on 3:14. Second example, April 20 financial report for CFO. This is a financial report from April 20. This is for CFO and this is for CFO's audit. Let's see some poor subject line examples as well. Weekly minutes. This doesn't talk about which meeting, when it held, what was the agenda. Second example, blank subject line. I'm sure we all make this common mistake and we receive such email very frequently which has nothing written on subject. To avoid this problem, I have a very good tip which I'll share by end of this session. Just stay tuned with me. Unrelated subject line. Sending an email with an old subject line that doesn't relate to this message. We face this issue a lot of time. We receive an email which is outdated to its subject line. So make sure your subject line and your message is in sync. And if you want to write entire message in subject line, you can do that. Just remember to mention EOM, which means end of the message. Signature. Signature is very important and everyone should use signature at the end with your name, your title, your tagline, attachment. Due to wired spread via email attachment, it's important that the recipient know that the sender meant for an attachment to be included with message and what kind of attachment it is, since opening unknown attachments could cause serious damage to the recipient's system and spread viruses further. So it is important to mention that you have attached a file, and if possible, just mention the name of the file in the mail body itself. When your message is long, my advice is avoid writing long messages. But if the situation is unavoidable, intimate the readers that the message is long. Create a summary. We all know what it is like to manage your emails, how difficult it is to figure out what email have priority over others. If there is a brief summary on the top for readers, they can make a decision about whether to save this email for later or finish it at the time. If the reader need to respond immediately to the email, then that should be conveyed in the first paragraph of the mail. Otherwise, the message may be overlooked and the writer will not receive the response as quickly as one is needed. Flaming is a virtual term for venting. or sending frustrated message in email. There are more serious problem in flaming, and it shouldn't happen over the emails. You should strictly avoid the flaming. What you say cannot be taken back because it is in black and white. Keep flaming under control, and we'll be talking about some very good suggestions which you can implement to avoid flaming at any cost. It is easy for writers to let their guard down when communicating electronically because they are not actually getting immediate feedback. The nature of communication changes. Sometimes people tend to do and say things over the email and on electronic mailing lists that they would never do in an office meeting or face-to-face with a co-worker. It is essential that the participant understand how unproductive flaming emails are and the snowball effect they can have in the office because they can be forwarded or printed. Responding to a flame. When responding to a flame, the respondent must do his or her best to remain professional and neutral. Emails are infamous for creating misunderstandings. Try to be as clear as possible and as empathetic as possible. If none of the above tactics work, then it is most appropriate to take this concern outside the electronic sphere into the traditional interpersonal face-to-face. Poor usage example. This mail has no subject line. Another poor usage example. This email reads, "My mistake. The Friday meeting was one-time deal to get people up to the speed on some issues." The action required and the key points are hidden in the message, which makes it very ambiguous. "I will be gone all day." This is a personal message which is sent to the entire global distribution list, which should be avoided. There's a long conversation going on this email which otherwise can be done on phone, so avoid such long discussion on email. Now I'll be sharing some recommended standards that you can use to make your email more effective. There are some abbreviations that you can use, and few very important are and very famous are like FYI, FYA, PF, APFP. Some rule you should follow to make your email more professional, like no discussion in email. When people start talking in email, you please stop. Carbon copy your manager if you really need to. If you don't need an action from your manager, make that clear on the subject line. This would make it clear to you and your team on items that needed your immediate attention. Do not use uppercase alphabet unless using it in title. This gives a negative connotation, like you're yelling those words. Before we end this session, sharing few general tips which will make your life easy. Use follow-up flags. As you read your email and determines that you need to take action at a later date and time, set a follow-up flag for that message and specify the exact date and time to be reminded. Don't allow the problem to continue. If someone else practicing bad email etiquette, send a friendly note and ask them to correct it. At last, when you're writing a new email, start with subject line followed by mail body, and once you have done all your spell check and you are finally okay with the email, then only add recipient in to and CC. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you found this training useful. Please like, share and subscribe my channel for your career development. Goodbye.